let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hey, guys. I watched the Penn State Notre Dame last night, and I am convinced that we should not move off number 2 and we should draft Abdul Carter. Can you imagine the havoc him and Myles Garrett being on the same defensive line? Plus, we have a lot of good depth with Isaiah McGuire and Alex Wright coming back off the injury. I just think we stay at number 2 and take Abdul Carter and not get complicated, not get cute. Just wondering what your thoughts were. Go Browns.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. G. Bush, I watched that too. He was playing with a banged-up shoulder and kind of dominated. I've seen comps of Micah Parsons and Von Miller. I haven't seen enough of them to know, but I know you put him opposite Myles Garrett and you can get after it. I think you can probably, and it's not getting cute, you can probably trade back to 3 or 4 with somebody that wants one of those quarterbacks if you determine they aren't a franchise guy, and still get Abdul Carter or somebody of that ilk.
Oh yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Because if the trade back scenario that I like the most doesn't involve Abdul Carter, because what I would do is I go into the draft and I'd say, let me identify 4 blue chip athletes, right? Everybody has or just say a big 3 blue chip guys, those ones that you can't miss. I say I want to come out about this draft with at least one of those at the number wherever I pick in the first round. So if I decide, all right, I like Abdul Carter, I like Travis Hunter, and another blue chip guy is Genty, right? I'm not going to draft Genty in the top 10 as a running back, so that's fine. I'm not going to do that. So then it comes down to Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter. So now what I go to is I tell the New York Giants, hey, y'all won that football game by mistake. Y'all shouldn't have done that. But what we can help you out with, buddy, is we can help you get to number 2 and get the quarterback you want, because the Raiders over there, I believe is, they're at 6 or something, and the Saints at 9. I think they may be looking to jump up here and grab Shedeur Sanders. So I think Cam Ward to go number 1 overall. But if you want to get him, we'll gladly do that. We'll swap those picks. Let me get a 2 this year. Can we get a second round pick? And how about a 3rd? No 3rd. Well, let's do a 2 and a 4. We get that together, and I'll take a second round pick to move up a spot. I don't know if the draft chart really alludes to that, but the further I go down, if I got to trade back to 9, if I got to trade back to 6, Abdul Carter might not be there. Travis Hunter might not be there. So I don't want to get too far outside of the framework where I could get one player. So I think it's very plausible that you could trade back one position, grab some extra draft capital, and get a guy that you thought you wanted to come out of the draft with a blue chip athlete. And I like Abdul Carter. I like him a lot. Here's what I will say with this, though. The thing that we all have to realize is, one, we just talked about last segment that Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry are on the clock. So if there is a quarterback that they deem is going to help them, then they got to take him. It just is what it is, because they're not going to have another opportunity to do that. If the Browns are drafted in the top, people say, well, next year, Arch Manning. No. That's not the way it works, boys and girls. You need to stop doing that, because it don't work that way. Next year, if Arch Manning is that guy, I don't care how many number 1 picks the Browns got. Did anybody trade the number 1 picks for Andrew Luck? No, the Colts stood right. Actually, they got rid of Peyton Manning for Andrew Luck. If a number 1 bona fide consensus quarterback is there, it don't matter how you think you're going to get him. You're not getting him unless you have the number 1 overall pick. 2, we don't know what's going to happen next year. And 3, if the Browns are picking in the top 3 next year, Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry won't be taking that pick anyway. Nope. So, yeah.
They'll be watching it like us.